Welcome to Envisioned Broadcasting Radio. EB Radio. EB Radio. Your station for empowerment presents Mom Boss Talk Radio, a show that brings real life, real moms, and real experiences to empower mom bosses everywhere to be ambitious, highly driven, fierce, fabulous, and fearless. Mom Boss Talk Radio begins now.
Welcome, Mom Bosses all over the world. Happy New Year and welcome back to Mom Boss Talk Radio. We are so excited that you are joining us this evening. This show is three mom bosses bringing you real life, real experiences to empower you as a mom boss. I am one of your hosts. Jerisha is my name, and I am joined by my two amazing co-hosts, Monyetta and Kiana. And today we have something special to share with you. Kiana, come on in.
Okay, ladies. Well, I just want to first start by saying Happy New Year. It's 2022. But as you know, or we know, last week we talked about time management and shared different strategies to manage our time wisely, more efficiently, and how to be. And so I kind of took on the ready, reset, go approach. And as I said I was going to do, I started with the basics. I went out, purchased all my planners for the year, and really just started scheduling my daily routine and being intentional about sticking to it. What are some of the things that you ladies have done since our last show to, just be ready and get yourself ready for this new year?
I think for, with this whole new year, I have decided to go more on the mental health approach of resetting, more meditation, more, affirmations, more, getting myself in tune with myself to prepare myself for this new year. It's like, I don't want to say the, cliche, new year, new me, but that's, resetting. When you reset, you are bringing out the new version of yourself. Okay. So on top of, planning and, incorporating better time management and kind of doing an overhaul on my life. Okay, that's what I'm doing. I'm resetting my whole life. Okay, I'm starting over, not literally, figuratively. I'm starting over. So that way, with having a vision and having goals, sometimes you have to step back and start over. Okay, and there's nothing wrong with starting over and figuring out the correct path and the correct direction to get your life. Okay, get your life together. So that's me.
Okay, come on. I love it.
Yes. What about you, Jerisha?
So I will tell y'all that I am fired up. I am empowered and ready. My goodness. So last year was, or at least the end of last year, was all about reflecting, preparing and planning for 2022. And now that we're here, my goodness, I just say, for me, it's like buckle up and get ready because I am just so ready for just all that, just all that's going to come with just business and growth and just so much. So there is so much that I have planned for this year, and I am trusting that. I'm trusting and manifesting. I'm affirming. I'm doing all of that. But what I did to really prepare me, from our last show to now is completing my vision board. So we talked about the planners and time, managing our time and all of that last show. And, for me, it's really important for me to have my vision clear for the year. It's really important for me to, put down on paper my goals and the things that I'm focused on, the things that, from partnerships, from projects and all of that. And so I spend, quite a bit of time last year actually going through all of that, and it was just as simple as opening up a Google Doc and typing in all of the things that, I wanted to focus on, work on, and then the things I wanted to add to my vision board. And so since then, I, of course, have my vision board completed and ready, and I'm excited about it. But let me tell y'all what I'm excited about, too. Because to me, when I think about just the ready, reset, and go, I definitely feel like we have to always be ready. The resetting part, sometimes we have to just be willing to, push reset on the different things. And I think both of you kind of mentioned that, just pushing reset. Reset is not like, okay, done. Reset is, okay, I need to collect myself, get it together so I can then kick back up and be ready to rock and roll. And so that's where I'm at. So one of the things that I do every single year is create a word for the year. Okay. Last year, my word was overflow. And when I tell you, overflow is what I manifested. Overflow is what happened in so many different areas in my life and business and everything else. And I'm so excited because I know we talked about last show about the different tools that we use just in our daily life to manage and help us manage our time, our time. And we mentioned planners, but I don't think I mentioned this one particular planner that will help you get your whole entire life together. And so I feel like when I think about Ready, Reset, Go, before I share what this planner is and how much it really has, and I say it's been a blessing to me. It's one that I feel like has been a game changer too. So, you both know that I have I don't just use one planner. That's not a secret. And that's just, I'm one of those people that use more than one planner. If you use one planner, that's fine. I think it's to each his own. But this particular planner is a goal planner. And so I want to mention this because it is something that I utilize at the end of the year that helps you prepare for your new year. And when I say it helps you prepare, you think of just all the questions you can be asking yourself, everything that, questions that you may think of, questions that you may not even think of. This particular planner will get you all the way together. Okay. So the planner is called Power Sheets. It's by Cultivate Your Life. And it is literally what it is. It's Power Sheets. So last year I made a decision to get one, not just for myself, but for my teenage daughter. And we actually went through the prep work and all of that together, which was really interesting. And we'll have to talk about that on another show because it was fun. It was interesting. I felt like we both kind of had that competitive side of us where we both like stickers, we both like colors. And I'm like, let me see your sheet. And she showed me her sheet. And I was like, look, why you add all that to yours? I'm about to add some more to mine. And so it was so much fun. It really was. But the Power Sheets, they're not, so they're I guess they're kind of expensive. I think I want to say they're like normally like maybe $60 something, but around the holidays they had them half off. and so we got them. I even got the youngest her own little Power Sheets. But anyhow, so Power Sheets is what it is. And there's so many questions. I've never seen any other planner that really walks you through how to really get your life in order, and not just from business, from every aspect. So I would honestly tell everyone that is listening, if you don't know what Cultivate Your Life is, I want to say they've been in business for 10 years now, but the Power Sheet will change your life. It's not too late, even though we're at the beginning of 2022. It's not too late to invest into the Power Sheet. I definitely think absolutely hands down. Anyhow, but this is all about Power Sheets because I started off by saying that my word for the year last year was overflow. And so for me, when I think about the Ready, Reset, Go, it's all about just preparation, preparing from last year, and then now we're taking off. And so for me, my word this year, and I'm so excited to even share this, my word this year is execute. Execute is to carry out or put into effect a plan, an order, a course of action And that is what I'm doing for the rest of this year. So everything that I do will be a part of executing and making sure things happen. And I think for me, this stemmed from just me recognizing the challenge sometimes I have with, consistency and, how we do, sometimes we get super excited about things and then we have so many things on our plate and then all of a sudden it just falls to the side sometimes. And so I want to make sure that I'm executing in all of the different areas of my life. So that is what my Ready Reset goal looks like, ladies. I'm super excited about this. Yes.
Well, one thing I'll add. Oh, go ahead, Monyetta.
No, I was gonna say, as far as like the, giving yourself a word, I think that's brilliant. For me, I think I would, I'm starting it off with Jerisha. Okay, I'm giving myself a word: accountability. Okay, there it goes. Because I think this year I definitely want to hold myself accountable and actually, with resetting myself and resetting, just everything in my whole life. I think accountability is the word I need to grab onto. It was the first thing that came into my mind when you said, you give yourself a word every year. I'm like, I need to hold myself accountable and others around me accountable when we're trying to reach certain destinations in our life. I love it. Absolutely love it. I'm sorry, Kiana. Go ahead.
Oh, no. That's awesome, because it really brought up a great, point in regards to when you're looking at and thinking about the reset times, as moms, as business owners, as, whatever role and hat that you're wearing, we oftentimes get stuck in what we're not doing or what we didn't finish, what, we didn't accomplish that we didn't want to. And it can, cause us to, lack motivation or just not really know where to start. You've gotten so far in a project, like we said, things happen, it gets pushed to the back, because of fear, because we get overwhelmed, or, we just think things aren't going the way that we want them to or as fast as we oftentimes wish they would. And so that's great that, just, part, like I said, that whole reset, just developing that new attitude, that new mindset, and saying it's okay to start over, and not just at the beginning of the year, but if every month, to just say, hey, reflect on what you did accomplish, say, hey, I could have maybe done things a little differently. And, I know what I need to do moving forward in doing it. And so, yes, I love it. I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
It's so exciting.
Yeah. Yeah. For me, at the end of last year, I kind of started resetting, before the new year, because I kind of looked at my life as a whole, and I'm like, I'm not happy where I'm at. So I'm like, I had to kind of step back and figure out where I wanted to go. And so I decided to take some courses online for tech. So I'm kind of gearing away from the career I ended up in, which was not my what I initially wanted to do. I kind of just fell into it. But it's not something that that was a desire for me. And so I'm like, I wanted to kind of navigate from that. So I started classes last year, and now, coming up with, with the whole new year, I'm really focusing on finishing that and getting my certificates and everything like that. I've already gained one. So I'm kind of pushing toward, completing more courses. Not only that, on top of my business, kind of stepping back, I put a pause on it last year because it was just so much going on with, the pandemic and just life in general. So I'm like, let me just put a pause because it's something that I'm not doing. And now with the new year, I have to, I'm reprioritizing, I'm resetting it, figuring out a better game plan for everything. So, resetting is not necessarily a bad thing. And it doesn't mean that you failed. So I don't want people to kind of look at the word reset as if you did something wrong. It just probably wasn't the right time, or, maybe there was something in your plan that wasn't working. It's just a matter of you sitting down and, looking at it, reprioritizing your list and reconfiguring it better. So, with me, yes, a lot of things are on my plate with courses and businesses and then kids. Like, everyone has a whole lot of things on their plate. It's just a matter of how you rearrange your plate. Okay. How are you rearranging your plate? Or do you got the dividers on your plate? You don't want your food to touch.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how's it working for you? So,
Yes.
I kind of think of analogies. I kind of put stuff with other things. But yeah, for me, resetting was a necessary thing. I'm hoping, with this whole new year by spring, I'll have the certifications that I need to move to tech and, start a new career in that, which will also ultimately help my business, because if I'm more computer savvy, then I definitely know how to implement that in my business. So yeah, definitely reset and go. Okay, and go.
Yes. That's the most important part, the go. You not allowing ourselves to fall back into those old patterns and, stay stagnant. That's really, really important in that 3-step process. We've, given ourselves, different strategies and tools to, devise a new plan and, take action on it, because again, without any action, you're still going to be in that same place. And I think a lot of times, again, out of fear, worrying about what other people will think, or, just whatever your reason is, a lot of us get stuck and held up on certain things that, if we just take that first step, then what next thing we know, we're off and running. So definitely important.
Absolutely. I love all of that. I really do. I get so excited at the end of the year, so the end of December to all of January, because I really feel like that reset thing is so powerful. It's so powerful, and I love how you both just really brought it home for us, because again, it's all about just reset, just like what it is. Start it over again, adjust it, do whatever you need to do. But at the end of it, we need to make sure we're taking off. We need to make sure that we are doing something. We're going to do something this year. Like, so many things, like just over the last 2 years. And if you look at whether you are an entrepreneur, still in the corporate world, just how much, how many, just your blessings, and really counting our blessings and looking at all that we've accomplished, even though for some it may seem like, oh, we haven't really accomplished what we wanted to, or we're not where we really want to be. But I feel like that's where that reset is so powerful, for us to be able to evaluate yourselves, and that's the reflection. Evaluate, your business, your personal life, and then what are the things that you need to change? What is something that you need to do different? And then guess what? We just need to be ready to do it, right? Because I believe that for each and every one of us, and not just us, the mom bosses here on the show, but each of you that are listening, I believe that this year is going to be our best year yet. And I feel like that all starts with how we are showing up for ourselves, how we're showing up for our business, how we're showing up for all of the areas in our life. And so there's no time like the present to really get serious about your intentions, the things that you're wanting, your goals. I love that whole accountability and that accountable piece, because that's so important. Like, you heard it here, where we are just actually putting it out there. And none of us knew what our words were going to be and all of that. And we just kind of just threw it out there because it's so important. So you've heard each of us share just how this Ready, Reset, Go is for us, what it looks like for us over the course of this year. I just know that I'm so excited that the year is here finally, because I feel like it's one of those things, like at the beginning of the year, so at the beginning of 2021, it was like, of course, we excited and ready, because we just stepped out of 2020. So I think we all were super excited for 2021. Just a whole nother level, just like, oh my gosh, this year has to be better than the year before. But when I tell you the time that flew by, don't it seem like we was just in January of 2021 talking about vision boards and everything else? Like, I promise it feels like we was just there. And now that we're in January of 2022, I just know that each of us just are created for greatness. We have so much that we still have to accomplish. We just have to be willing to show up for ourselves and whatever that looks like. So again, this Ready Reset thing, I'm just super excited because I feel like as mom bosses, it's always about preparing and planning, and it doesn't stop being about preparing and planning and then taking off. And so I feel like each of us are taking off, but certainly before we close out today's show and just my goodness, please, each of you just share, maybe a little bit of what your vision is for 2022, whether it be business. I think that you both have shared a little bit already, but, share something else with the mom bosses, whether it's even to empower, encourage them, as we are all in different stages of our life and different stages of our businesses and everything else. And ultimately, we all want to grow. And so, please, each of you share, with our listeners.
I think, for me, I think it's a lot when it comes to, the new year. It's a lot of personal growth for me. Mm-hmm. I look at everything from a mental health standpoint, because I feel like if the mental health is right, then everything else will kind of flow. So I'm kind of getting into, the mindset of, I've been a little more heavy on the affirmations lately and trying to, ingrain the positivity and kind of looking at, the bigger picture and in a more positive light. Even though a lot of things have happened that wasn't so positive, I'm trying to look at the silver lining between everything, and like things happen for a reason. Maybe that certain situation had to happen for certain things to happen for you kind of situation. So I'm looking at it more of a personal growth, a more mental health awareness, more clarity, because I would like to be, a very high entrepreneur, having multiple businesses, wearing multiple hats, but I need to make sure my mental health is right for me to be able to carry all of that. So I know what I want. I know what I need. It's a matter of me now tackling it and, going to get it. Like I've heard before, and I see a lot of the mantras, like, you already have it. You already have the things that you've envisioned. You already have the things. Now go get it. That's where I'm at. Yes. I already see it in my head, already see it in my path. I just need to go touch it and get it and grab it. Okay, so that's where I'm at right now, coming into this new year. How about you, Kiana?
You really wrapped up a lot of the things that you said was where I'm pretty much at. Just taking, again, not letting what's happened in the past or what I didn't accomplish or, get done last year be a negative thing. Again, we're all experiencing, different things on different levels. And, my vision is clear. I know what I want. And it's really just about, again, holding yourself accountable and executing what you want to do.
I love it. So
all the details.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, Kiana.
Oh, I was just saying I get caught up in the details, and that's a lot of the actually getting it done. And so just letting go of some of that control and just trusting in the process, and that the things that I want and that I foresee and that I'm writing down, manifesting, and that it's gonna happen. I see this when I'm present in the moment. I see how arrange themselves and to work for me in my favor. And, like I said, I just have to step out of my own way and be willing to let go and trust in a higher power in my and what I want. And that if it's for me, it will happen, and it's gonna be. So
yes, come on. I love it. So I'm going to say ditto to both of you and everything that you said, because one of the things that I definitely was just like absolutely yes on is the fact of demanding. We have to be demanding. Okay, you have that vision. We have to be demanding. And, our purpose and, our projects, we have to be demanding. And so for me, again, this year, as I shared about for me, it's all about executing my plan, executing, everything, and making sure I'm going to carry everything out. But also, I love that be demanding, because at the end of the day, we have to be demanding with our goals. We have to be demanding with ourselves if we want to make things happen. And so, I love the fact that we talked about, ready, reset, go, because that go now is like, let's get it, let's go. Mm-hmm. We don't have, there's no other option at this point. And so I think that maybe before we felt like there was other options, if you are focused, okay, if you're focused on whatever goal, whatever dream, whatever plan you have for your business, for your personal goals and everything else, then you have to be demanding. You have to continue showing up for yourself. And so we truly hope that today's conversation, you absolutely took a lot of great notes, and you enjoyed today's conversation, because I feel like each of us enjoyed it. And, we just get together and we have a blast, because we identify with so many different things, and we know that we're not alone in this, that you can feel and understand everything that we're mentioning. And we just want you to know that this show, each and every one of the shows, it's all about you. It really is, because of the fact that we get it. We know, this is real life stuff. We can't make any of this stuff up, honestly. And so before we close out, I definitely want to just say thank you. We thank you all for continuing to rock with us, because that's exactly what you've been doing as Mom Bosses. You have been rocking with us, and we appreciate you so much. We thank you for subscribing and showing up. We thank you for being a part of our Facebook group. And we just tell you to get ready, because 2022, we have some great topics lined up. We really do. And so, again, we thank you all. We wish you all a happy new year, and just know that this is our year, y'all. This is our year as Mom Bosses. We just so get ready. You need to get ready, right? Get ready to shine. Get ready to show. Get ready. And we are with you, okay? So we are standing with you. We support you. We empower you. And we truly just appreciate you all. So as we normally say, we are so glad that you're tuned in. You know that we are all Mom Bosses on a mission to empower each other, right? Mom Bosses, please remember, as you step into 2022, to be ambitious, highly driven, fierce, fabulous, and fearless, okay? Because you are making moves, and you got this. Until next time, be blessed.
Thank you for joining us on Mom Boss Talk Radio. Follow each of the Mom Bosses on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. If you love Mom Boss Radio, visit the website at www.envisionedbroadcasting.com. We'd love for you to subscribe, rate, and give a review on iTunes. Until next time.